Hey everybody, welcome back to the Last Shot Show. This is our last topic that we're going to spend like this. We're going to talk about how this week Junior Seau's, their brain studies have been done that he suffered from
CTE.
What was it?
CTE.
CTE from blows to the head and playing football, and we're going to just talk about whole head trauma things and other injuries that happen in the NFL. So, John, you really want to go on to this, so
I just want to start this topic because Junior Seau, to me, is my all-time favorite athlete of any sport. He was kind of like
more than Tom Brady.
Hands down more than Tom Brady.
Even though Tom Brady's more good-looking, according to you.
Well, nobody's better looking than Tom Brady.
Okay. Jenny Noonan, if you heard
I just want to say I have the utmost respect for Junior Seau. I grew up as a San Diego Chargers fan, and it was basically because of him I was a Chargers fan, and I think he was the player that he never took a playoff. He always played 110%, and no other athlete, maybe besides Brett Favre, in my opinion, will ever give as much to the game as he did. And not many people got to watch Junior Seau because he was on a team that was never really relevant while he was there. And by the time he was in New England, he was a shadow of what he used to be, even though I still...
Because of age.
Even though I still never wanted him to retire.
Nobody wants... I don't think anybody wanted
I love it when players hang on too long, but no, that's a me thing. That's a me thing. It was a tragedy what happened back in May to Junior Seau, that he committed suicide, and that day was heartbreaking to me. Because it really did, it wasn't, I don't know how to explain it, it just meant that I always had the dream of going to Canton, Ohio the day he was inducted, because he will be a first ballot Hall of Famer. And seeing that in person, I made that a goal in life to do that, and now that dream is never going to happen. And that day was just tormenting, and it brought me to tears, and that knowing that my childhood hero was gone. But this topic is different than that. I love him as a football player, and my thing is you leave what they do off the field, and you can respect a guy for what he does on the field, and then, because I think children having players as heroes, I honestly don't think there's anything wrong with that. Players are going to do stupid things off the field. You got to leave that off of the table. And Junior Seau, obviously, I don't know how many concussions he had, how many blows he took to the head, things of that nature, but I just want to say he knew what he was getting into playing 20 seasons in the NFL. Not 20 full seasons, but he was in the league since 1990 to 2010. There's inherent risks in that. You're going to take blows to the head, you're going to get concussions. And no matter how safe Roger Goodell tries to make this league, flag football is the only solution. It's the only real, or just get rid of the NFL. Players are ignorant, they're stubborn,
I'd say, I disagree with you. Some players are ignorant.
Yeah,
some players.
I said they're both.
Oh, they're both?
They're both. They're ignorant, they're stubborn, they're macho men, they have machismo, bravado, they want to be manly. Greg McElroy had a concussion, he wanted to still play quarterback. You're never going to take, Jim McMahon can't remember 10 minutes of what happened to him in the past right now. But do I feel sympathy for him? Not in the slightest. Earl Campbell can't walk because he, like Adrian Peterson, like Robert Griffin III, does not know how to step out of bounds or know when a play is over. And if you're taking those hits, you're putting yourself open to the risk, you're putting yourself open to all these post-football tragedies. It's like, if you're a fireman, you signed up for that, and you don't think you're going to get burnt, you're a moron. That's just part of what you're put your life in danger. You're going to be stepping into fires. NFL players, you're putting your heads. You're going to get head injuries, unless you're like a punter. I don't know.
Even punters, remember?
Yeah, it's going to happen. And Roger Goodell, you can't prevent it from happening. You can't prevent the player's thought process. That's impossible. You can't. And this class action lawsuit that is going on against the NFL is ridiculous because Lomas Brown, if you watched First Take yesterday, got caught with his hand in the cookie jar.
Lomas Brown got caught by Skip
and Stephen A.
They caught him with, and the thing is, I felt bad for Lomas because I understand where the players are coming from. I understand that they want a certain amount of compensation for the things because back then they didn't know that if this was going to happen. Back then they thought that this was just a game. Because if you tell me that any contact sport, and I would go with the highest hitting contact sports right now are football, #1 by far, or not, maybe, okay, football, and then you got hockey maybe in there.
Rugby, if you include that, is just ridiculous.
Or out of the main ones.
Out of the main ones, yeah.
I think it was football, hockey.
Hockey doesn't give a crap about safety.
Baseball, and then basketball.
Well, basketball, baseball, but there's more inherent risk in
there's more
basic risk. You can take a fastball to the head.
Okay, but I understand where their players are coming from and saying that they want compensation. And that's where I feel the level of remorse coming from. And if you want to actually watch what we said about Roger Goodell, because that was in last week's show,
not many people did.
Click this annotation, and
hopefully something will be there.
Something will be there. Click this annotation, which should be on the bottom part of the screen, and it will go to what we said about Roger Goodell and how we hate him.
Well, not hate.
Dislike him.
How we hate how he's running the NFL.
We want
Roger
Cat Leabu to come back.
I'm sure you're a nice guy.
And
or not.
I understand what the players are doing, but along with what you said, there is an inherent risk. You sign yourself up to playing a sport and where violence happens. And that the people, as much as we don't want people to get hurt, because I do feel bad for some players when they do get hurt, because they're trying to exceed their team to a higher level. They're trying to bring their team up to. That's why I have a little remorse for RG3. A little bit. That's why I feel for him. Because he's trying to bring his team up to give the fans something they want.
Just talked about
bring the fans and the whole organization up to it. But when you then in turn go around when the whole song and dance, when your series, when your season, when your career is over, then turn around and say, oh, because I wanted to, and then you pull it up yourself, oh, I wanted to win the game for my team, and I did. But now that I suffer from a lot of head trauma injuries or whatever, and now I want to be compensated because the league did not have my back in this, once you turn around and say all of that stuff, that is crap. When you say that, you willingly sign up, you sign a contract saying that I will play this contact sport, and you sign the contract saying that I will play this contact sport to the best of my ability for the amount of money that I'm being paid. And then you try your hardest to go and play the game the way that you want, the level that you hold yourself up. But once you say you cannot turn around, that's kind of low to me. That's why I can't side with the players here on that thing. I understand that you want the thing, but that's what should have been done in your contract. That's something that you do before you sign.
There could be the one thing that I think is the underlying issue is there could be better health care and more money fed into that in athletes after the game. That's where the money needs to go. Not in this class action lawsuit. Give the money for long-term health care and benefits and a pension plan that covers the injuries. Know what the injuries are, and just have the NFL pay for the coverage for your brain damage, for your legs, whatever it may be. I think that's the root of all of this. But am I going to feel sympathy for a guy who can't walk after he played in the NFL? I'm not. And I know probably people think I'm a jerk for saying that, but I just don't. The only time I can think of is fluky things where I feel sympathy. Like the one that popped into my head while you were talking was I would say over a decade ago. I think it was in high school when this happened. And I think it was. I want to say Leon Searcy. I could be wrong. But when the ref threw the flag into his eyeball, that was bad. That was just a fluky thing that doesn't usually happen in the NFL. Things of that nature. The dude lost his eyeball, or his sight in that eye because of just that thing. It wasn't even an NFL contact thing. It was just a ref just throwing a flag randomly. But yeah,
I don't want it to seem to the 8 people that may be watching this.
Hopefully,
I don't want it to seem that we are insensitive to the players themselves, because I don't know about you, but I don't want to seem that I'm being insensitive to the players, because honestly I don't like it when people get hurt. I don't.
But do you like big hits?
Okay, that's the thing. Big hits are entertaining, and I'll say that. Big hits are entertaining, and the crowd does go, ooh, oh, and it's on, like, SportsCenter's top 10. That Michigan hit. Oh, my word, that was awesome.
Yeah.
But I don't. And in saying that I like that stuff, I'm not saying that. Do I wish that the players? Do I hope and pray that the player is okay? Honest to goodness, yes.
I'm not wishing ill will on anybody.
We're not wishing ill will or any physical permanent damage on anyone. But once it happens, because you knew what you're signing yourself up for, like I'm a bowler. Okay, make fun of me because I'm a bowler, but I'm a bowler, and so every time I could throw my back out and throw my arm out of socket, but I do it anyway because it's what I like to do, and it's what. Oh, dang it! It's what I like to do, and it's something that and if something like that happens, I mean, I can't like turn around and sue the bowling league because
I photograph lightning. It's stupid, but I love it. If I get hit by lightning, I don't want anyone feeling bad for me. It's almost happened a few times, but I get good photos out of it. That's my thing. I have one closing thought I want to give to this.
Now you gotta put it in leftovers.
No, I gotta say this one now. I apologize. I gotta say this one now. I've traveled with teams at the college level, been in the locker room, and they go out onto the field wanting to hurt the other team, wanting to hurt other players. And I think that Greg Williams video when they went into the game against the 49ers, I believe, where he said you gotta cut the head off to take out the
rest. Yeah.
That's normal. I'm sorry. I've been on sidelines, I've been in locker rooms, that's normal. You can't take that away, Roger Goodell.
And I covered a little bit of high school stuff when I was in New York, and that's what they do.
Is it right? No.
Is it right?
But,
no,
but it's the norm.
It's to set up your team for excellence, and they're trying for excellence.
Because it's that I'm bigger and stronger than you, and I want to rip your head off, man. Football, machismo mentality that will never be taken away.
Yep.
So that's my closing thought.
Alright, so who won this debate, if there is a winner? We kind of agreed, but who had the better argument? I think this is...
Who won the last shot?
Who got the last shot? Whatever it means to you guys. Coming up after this next video in this playlist will be leftovers. Stuff that we wanted to say, but we ran out of time, so we're going to give each other like 2 minutes to say whatever we want, uninterrupted. It's just going to be us and you and our clock behind us. So
I wish we had a fireplace back there.
I wish we had a fireplace. So thank you for watching The Last Shot Show. I'm Matt Brown. This is John Lambert. America.
That was good. That was really good.
That was really good.
That was really professional.